65th anniversary, we took a look back at what it took to bring television to Binghamton. The deadline for the station to be up and running was December 31st, 1949, but WNBF completed that task 30 days early, thanks in part to the effort of one engineer who still lives here today. Our Josh Martin has his story.
When we went on the air, we didn't even have a news department. We didn't even have a production department.
65 years ago today, Gino Ricciardelli helped engineer the first television broadcast for WNBF News. As an assistant engineer, he had the challenge of preparing the studio and equipment in the months leading up to the first broadcast.
We got the equipment one day. The equipment came in, the studio equipment. It was in boxes. And we all looked at them and said, yeah, what do we do with this stuff? We don't know how to put a camera together. We don't know how to do any of this stuff.
TV production was new to everyone. Ricciardelli and his fellow engineers were no exception.
This was a learning curve that we were going through. All of us were new, and we were learning as we went along.
To get the programming to the people at home, the station would use a pair of metallic mirrors, or what we know now as satellite dishes, to relay the video signal. The first dish was on top of the New York Telephone Company building, and the second was placed on the roof of the WNBF transmitter building. The signal would go from the station to the dish at the telephone company, reflect off the transmitter building, then out through cables to television sets.
Welcome to our program.
A process that was complicated and sometimes unreliable.
The equipment in those days was not that stable. In fact, we used to come in every day at 12 noon, turn on all the equipment to make sure it was going to be ready for 5 o'clock. And if it wasn't, then we'd have to do the necessary repairs, and sometimes we just couldn't make 5 o'clock.
Once WNBF went on air, the station kept viewers in the loop about the problems that they faced.
So we had these technical difficulties, and eventually what we did was, at the end of the broadcast day, which was 11 o'clock, myself or Bill Parker, we'd get on and we'd explain to the public what our technical difficulties were.
Through all the growing pains of learning television, Ricciardelli and so many others laid the foundation that has allowed WBNG to grow and thrive. Josh Martin, WBNG-TV, Action News.
Ricciardelli still does some part-time consulting work for stations and their engineering teams. WNBF was a family affair for Gino. His wife Shirley also worked at WNBF writing commercials.